Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. And so here we go again with one of the wildest and most terrifying progressive Democrats that even exists. Cori Bush, making things completely divisive and hyperbolic as usual, just how she operates. And as in on complete freaking cue, anything that doesn't go exactly her way is, of course, the result of racism. And racism probably directed directly at her. Before I get into it, exactly what she said, let's talk about Steve Scalise, the Republican representative from Louisiana. I'm sure most of you remember him a few years back when he was shot, almost murdered by a complete deranged, insane Democrat at a baseball field practicing for the Congressional baseball game, which is really cool that they do, actually. But anyway, so recently Scalise, he's been talking about bills that are up for discussion in the House, and the guy, he really is about bringing Republicans and Democrats together to get whatever they can get done, get laws passed, get things done, literally wherever and however they can. But some members of Congress, they really have no interest in working together. That is really, they're just not into it. That's just not their thing. They are about division. And one of the worst offenders really is Cori Bush. She saw things differently recently and decided to stir the pot, basically, as much as she could. She interrupted some proceedings, declaring that all Republican bills on the table were rooted in racism. Just like that. No nuance, no proof, no examples. Just the fact that if they are bills from the Republican side, this alone qualifies them as racist and as racism. It's obviously becoming clear, to me at least, that Cori Bush, she sees racism everywhere, especially where it doesn't actually exist. Take a look at this video, man. But before we do, thanks to everyone that's been subscribing and leaving the positive comments. We really, really appreciate the support, guys. If you haven't already, help us out with the algorithm, please, so we can get our message to as many people as possible. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share the channel. Every time you do, a leftist loses their wings. Have a look at this.
If both sides won't, we still will do that work. And I would yield one more time to the gentlelady.
Be in order.
Mr. Speaker, the House is not in order.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
Are those even words strikeable?
The gentlelady from Massachusetts is recognized.
Honestly, guys, this is exactly the kind of stuff that really, really just makes you sick to your stomach, Watching an elected member of our government that literally has people in her district depending on her, people who believe in her, the same people, ironically, that she has supported not having police protection while she spends her campaign dollars on a boatload of private security that she actually ended up marrying and still pays out of her campaign. But anyway, that's not important to this. I can't see, behavior like this from literally any adult. I just can't understand how an adult can act like this, but especially not a U.S. elected representative. It's below her office. It's below humanity, and it's just ridiculous. She makes herself look like a fool just blanket labeling things as racism. But the problem is there are mushy brain people that will see this and really believe it, man. And the way I see it, man, Cori Bush, she plays the race card damn near once a week. And really, she is incredibly good at backing people into a place where they feel like they need to defend themselves. And I don't know if it's her tone or what it is, but people fall for it. This is what I would tell members of Congress, or literally anyone who is faced with such a slander or anything this ridiculous, and some mushy brain Democrat decides to pull out their race card. I don't mean you normal Democrats. I mean, you know exactly who I'm talking about. But guys, it's typically their last ditch effort to switch gears because they are losing the argument on real issues. The trap is that the moment you start defending yourself against these ridiculous racism allegations, you lose sight of the main argument, and suddenly you're caught up in arbitrarily proving you're not a racist to someone who's never ever going to accept anything you say anyway. They probably don't even believe you're racist. They're just trying you on. And, this is their tactic. But Guys, it's a no-win situation. You absolutely cannot win. You know, when this happens, here's what I would do. Here's what you should do. Acknowledge their point, clarify that it's incorrect, and steer things right back on track, man. Only where you want things to go. If there are any salespeople out there, it's just a typical old school, simple sales move, man. You're just clarifying the objection, and you know the objection they're giving you is never the real objection. You know, and if they keep up with their racism BS, just let it slide, laugh it off, and just stick to your points. You know, what you'll find is, I think, if you do it right, and unless they're completely insane, which a lot of them are, but what you'll find is most of their arguments, they're emotional, they're not factual, and that's just how you win. You know, now, their other common deflection tactic is to bring up Trump. Say you criticize Biden and corruption in Ukraine, allegedly. And they'll retort, but what about Trump? Well, at this point, don't get sidetracked defending Trump, man. It's a bottomless pit that will take you off topic. And trust me, these people have TDS so bad that there is absolutely nothing you can say. Instead, it's just so simple, man. Just ask them how bringing up Trump negates, you know, what you just said about Biden. Stick to your narrative, man, regardless of their, you know, almost always very, very lame attempts to divert the argument. Anyway, this was about Bush. I got sidetracked, so I'll stick with her and I'll end with her. Her lack of decorum and respect for the country. This is what this is. It's just disgusting, man. She's a laughingstock, in my opinion. You know, at least to me. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please make sure to like, subscribe, most importantly, share the Common Sense Garage. We'll see you in the next one.